So I bought this pair of New Balances, never had them before, and it's the 35th anniversary for this particular silhouette, and it's the New Balance 1500 series. And online it sort of said that it comes in a special packaging, but as you can see, the special packaging is just the sleeve really. I think it's a good callback to when they originally released, which was 1989. So this, I don't know, for some reason it does sort of remind me of that. It reminds me of sort of 89, like the font and the styling and the colouring. And then it just comes in like a normal New Balance box, which isn't too special. It's just sort of standard stuff, and it's what you get in the made in UK versions. And basically the sneaker is, and it's like I said, the 35th anniversary edition. So I just wanted to see what these were like in hand, and see what I suppose because I haven't experienced too many of the sort of New Balance silhouettes anyway, and this is one that I kind of was sort of interested in because of the fact that it was a 35th anniversary, and I thought maybe they're doing something different to it. But from what I can sort of see at the moment, not too much has sort of changed really, and it's still sort of a standard sneaker. What I like about it is the look of it. It kind of is similar to, I suppose, an Air Max 1 in certain ways, in my opinion. It's got sort of nice sort of basic paneling around here, just similar sort of mudguard area, and then you've got the heel area, and instead of a swoosh you've got the N logo. And obviously you don't have a clear airbag in this, it's just the ENCAP technology that they're using. And also like the colorways are being in this sort of dark grey colour, and this sort of suede material was really nice to the touch, and again, New Balance don't sort of disappoint on that. And then it's got these sort of reflective hits on here on the toe box, because it was made as a sort of runner for back in the day. And I also like this little mesh lining that they've got going on here as well. And in that respect, it's a cool sort of 89 type sneaker look. And for me, I've tried them on as well. I didn't find them that comfortable. It was kind of probably like a bit worse than sort of wearing a pair of 990 V2s, because they're quite firm on foot, and this is a similar thing. And like I say, I think it's sort of more comparable to an Air Max 1, but maybe obviously more comfortable than an Air Max 1. But it's nothing to sort of shout about. I can wear these pretty much all day, I reckon. But it's not like amazing in terms of its construction, because you can probably see here the midsole is really firm. And then the outsole is just okay. It's a very much a product of the 80s, and for that reason it's not something that I would I suppose buy again if I was to kind of reverse time. So, but no, not bad. So here are the details for the New Balance 1500 Anniversary Edition Dark Gull Grey. It comes in a dark gull grey, cool grey and dove colourway. And this also has a ENCAP midsole, and basically that provides the cushioning on there, and it's also got what they're saying a lightweight foam, which is a polyurethane midsole. And it's made of mainly sort of suede, I guess the nubuck, leather and mesh uppers, and the price was £200. So with the comfort and sizing, I think these are on the medium to firm side, and they kind of feel similar to an Air Max 1, but maybe slightly better than that. But they're still sort of on the firm side. I'm sure once they sort of break in, they feel a bit nicer, but initially out of the box they do feel slightly more on the firmer side. And being a runner from sort of 89, it's got okay sort of neutral support around the arch. It's very much kind of a neutral sneaker in that respect, so it's quite sort of flat. And no wear and time, I think, for these, apart from the fact that the midsoles take a little bit of time to break in. It should be fine, like in terms of the upper. And I think true to size works, and like with all New Balance sneakers, because of the materials, after about 5 to 6 sales they loosen up a bit more. However, I tend to go like half size up regardless, just because I just like the extra bit of space, and that's what I recommend for sort of wide footers. And the traction is okay. I mean, it's very much a product of the 80s. So with the look and style, because this is like an anniversary edition, it's got the sort of, I suppose, more sort of signature New Balance grey colour, and this one has sort of darker colours in tone, and it's quite nice sort of offsetting with the white in the cell. And it's a good one for, I think, in my opinion, sort of spring summer. I won't really be wearing these in the winter time. And I think this one I can probably dress like casual, maybe towards a smart casual end, because I think this again, like this is similar to like an Air Max 1 in terms of its paneling, so it's quite sort of simple, and I think that's the reason why I think it would work well for smart casual, and especially sort of the white laces, grey or even sail. So with the final thoughts, I like the classic looks of this. It's a really nice sneaker in terms of how it looks. It reminds me of very much an Air Max 1, and it's got really nice material, so the nubuck on there is really nice. And the sock liner that they've got in there does feel nice as well. It feels similar to the 991 V2 because they're both made in UK trainers, but not completely the same. I think the 991 V2s are softer. In terms of cons, I think the cost at £200. I know this is an anniversary edition, but you can pick up a standard pair even on sale. I've seen once I've kind of had a look around for around sort of 130, 140. And I know these are made in the UK, so they kind of have a bit more of a premium price. But I still think £200 is asking a lot for such an old trainer. And the comfort as well. So I think it's not like the most comfortable of New Balance sneakers, but I think once it sort of breaks in, it will feel nicer. But I will say it does feel nicer than an Air Max 1 slightly. So with the ratings, I give the look and style for this 4 out of 5. I like the way it looks in the paneling and stuff, but if I was to choose this to wear over, say, an Air Max 1, for example, I know they're both slightly different in terms of when they came out. You know, it's sort of 2 or 3 years different in terms of the time period. But I think this just reminds me of an Air Max 1 at the end of the day, and I'd probably choose that sneaker over this one to wear. And the comfort, I'm going to give it a 3. I don't think it deserves a 4. The reason being is I still feel it's better than an Air Max 1, but it still feels still similar to an Air Max 1 in the fact that the midsole feels slightly on the heavy side, and it's a bit on the firmer side as well. But I still think, you know, I wouldn't be giving this a 4, for example. I think it's for me, it's still sort of in that sort of realms of an Air Max 1, but maybe slightly better. And the quality, I give that a 4. I think the materials used are nice, especially that sort of premium nubuck on there, but I think it's not as nice as some of the other New Balance pairs that I've seen, especially like the 991 V2. And the pricing, I give that a 3. I think, again, it's just priced way too high. £200 is asking a lot for not much trainer. I think, in my eyes, I think even this retailed at sort of 150 it's a bit of a push and a bit of an ask. I know it's using nicer materials, but I think maybe this one could be around the sort of £130, £140 mark. And overall, I give this a 3 out of 5. I was kind of umming and ahhing between giving it a 4, but the problem is it's not one of those sort of sneakers that I feel that will, you know, it's not something that I'd kind of look to sort of grab and wear. I think it's a classic sneaker, but I think if I'd grabbed it on sale for, you know, sort of the £120, £130 mark, I think I'd give it a 4 out of 5. But for me, I'd prefer to wear other sneakers at the end of the day in that kind of lineage where, you know, like an Air Max 1 or a 990 V2 or even a New Balance 991.